We're on the internet. It's not set up yet. Oh. Well, I'll assume it's done. Well, I'll go. Hello. No one is here, so no one knows this is happening. This is a live review for the Jungle Cruise. There is only two of us who can do it today. You can see both of us on screen. So you have myself and you have Joseph.
Hey, Liam. Let's see you again.
This will be fun. So we are going to give our thoughts, our opinions, our likes, our dislikes, whatever else we decide we are going to do. You can chat along with us in the chat. We already have our first one. We have Yutaka, who is always there, ready and waiting to go. So I will let Joseph go first. What did you make of it? Thoughts, feelings, opinions, go.
Right, so this is the the best sequel to Pirates of the Caribbean, basically that never became Pirates of the Caribbean. I feel like this was originally going to be a Pirates film, but I guess they saved it to do a Jungle Cruise movie. And I think that was the right call because, the whole Johnny Depp situation, the whole Amber Heard situation, even though she's not part of Pirates, but she's still part of Johnny Depp's personal hell going on right now. So let's get two likable leads, such as The Rock and Emily Blunt, to star in this pirate sequel, let's say. And what we get is a very fun and entertaining adventure film.
Yeah, I would go with that. I do agree. It is clearly supposed to be a Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Right down to like CGI, everything just looks like a Pirates movie. Just with The Rock in it. Which I didn't find him as great as I thought I would.
Are you getting tired of The Rock already?
I think The Rock has his moments, doesn't he, though? Like, let's look back at what was that stupid one where he was like an amputee, but somehow could jump further than the fucking moon.
Yeah.
He has his moments. I went into this fully assuming I was going to hate it. I quite enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I didn't think it's going to be as good.
I don't think the adverts gave... advert trailers. I don't believe the trailers painted it in as good of a light as they could have.
In fact, I completely forgot this was coming out because this was supposed to come out last year, and they let Disney push it an entire year. I completely forgot that this was coming. I didn't know about the premiere access either on Disney Plus.
I mean, we're on the internet, so I'll not say how I did it. So for me in the UK, obviously, this weekend we're getting Suicide Squad. So I've already been, I've seen it. But obviously for you, your big movie in America this weekend is Jungle Cruise. I feel like Jungle Cruise should have moved forward another week so that it avoided competing in the UK with Suicide Squad. Because Suicide Squad
if it moves, it would have had to compete with Suicide Squad in the US. Suicide Squad.
No, sure. I think it should have moved back a week. So it should have come out last
weekend. It would have definitely been movies like Old and Snake Eyes last weekend. It would have definitely beaten those two movies.
Yeah, I definitely think it would have. it would have beaten Snake Eyes. Like, I know you is watching, so I don't want to say anything bad about Snake Eyes because I think it might kill me. But clearly, no one gave a shit about Snake Eyes. And clearly people are giving a shit about this because looking at the projected box office, this movie is going to do a lot better than Snake Eyes. So it probably should have moved to avoid the competition in the UK.
I think the problem is, like, you know, we had another family film 2 weeks ago with Space Jam. I guess just he didn't want another family film per se.
Point.
I mean, this is PG-13, it's PG-13 here in the US, but it's a family film. I think it's a family film.
I believe it was. I think it might be a 12A here, which is the equivalent of a PG-13. Kyle says, "What would you rate it out of 10?"
First,
like I feel like if I gave it a rating out of 10, it would be a bit biased because I'm looking at it of a point of view of I went into this thinking it was going to be garbage, and it wasn't garbage, so I enjoyed it. So I would probably give it a higher rating, possibly like an 8.5.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Maybe 7.5 for me.
Yeah, I'll go with that. you take a leave Snake Eyes out of your mouth. I will happily put Snake Eyes in my mouth. I've been to see Suicide Squad, so it's all dick jokes today. So I'm trying. Yeah, it is pretty high, Sohail. As I said, it was better than I expected. And yes, I would pay to see it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be better in a theater, in a packed theater.
I do, yeah. I watched it on my telly.
But I was still having a lot of fun.
Yes, it was still good to watch at home. But I think I would have enjoyed it more on a big screen.
Yeah,
because it's very picturesque. Like the CGI on Edgar. God damn it!
On those explorers.
Yeah, the Spanish. I can't remember the names. The CGI on them is awful. Like
really?
Awful.
It was not.
I thought the CGI was really bad on them. But I thought the CGI everywhere else was very good. I think it was just but that it could have more been in the character design.
Maybe.
I don't think
I think there was one
character.
Yeah.
The fact
there was one character that looked good. I think it was the muddy character.
One of them was
there
muddy.
Was one one of them was muddy. One of them was like a beehive full of bees. The other one was full of snakes.
I thought the beehive one looked all right. I didn't realize one of them was made of mud.
All
right. The only one I realized what he was made out of was the beehive, that guy, and I thought
he was covered in honey and had bees swarming him.
Yeah. I think that could have been good. That was good. Could have been better. They could have, because they kept on like showing you like, oh look, their hands stick you when they've pulled away from them. But it was dark. It wasn't very clear, and I think they didn't want to spend the money on the CGI and have it as a daytime fight, where you would have been able to see that they were made out of these creatures rather than doing it out like quite a bit into it. What was there any standouts for you in it?
the biggest standout for me was me getting invested in the whole adventure. See, I didn't think I was gonna like it because maybe the adventure would have been boring, but no, it was actually pretty entertaining. The whole the whole Tears of the Moon thing, I was very interested in. Very Pirates of the Caribbean. That's something pirates would have done, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I like yeah. I like the whole quest, the whole river scene. There's scenes with the the Indians. I forgot what they were called. The
Amazonia, the
Mohicans. I
Am-
don't know.
the Amazon,
Amazonians.
Amazonia. I'm assuming that's what
Amazons.
people from the Amazon are called.
Right.
Who knows? A tribe. They were a tribe.
They were a tribe. Yes.
Like what? They were like the Disney version of Green Inferno.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they were
So
good.
Liam, you're part of the LGBT. I just wanted to ask you about because of Emily Blunt's brother, right? He's supposed to be the first. I don't know why Disney keeps saying first, even though we have LeFou, we have possibly Elsa, and Steve Rogers maybe. The first LGBT character in Disney history. Again, what do you thought of his performance? What do you thought of his portrayal? Was it too comical? Was it not taken serious?
No, no. Like, I'm British, so I know Jack Whitehall. I've seen Jack Whitehall in a lot of shows. He's done a show called Bad Education here, where he's a teacher.
Right.
He's done a show with his father where he did a chat show with his father. He's done like a touring show with his father where they go around the world and do weird things. Jack Whitehall's very
Right.
popular in the UK.
Right.
So going into this, when everyone was like, well, Jack Whitehall's playing a camp character, it's like, no, Jack Whitehall's playing himself. Jack Whitehall is a camp person. He might be straight, but
He's
his
straight. Okay.
persona, yeah, he is straight, but his persona is camp. Like he's one of them.
Mhm.
He's one of them straight men where you'd be like, if you just randomly met him on the street, you'd go, "Well, he's gay." He's not,
Mhm.
but you would think it. So I was never bothered when
You're not bothered.
all the press was like, "Oh, like Jack Whitehall's playing a camp person." Who gives a shit? Like I was straight on the bandwagon when it was James Corden, but that's because James Corden has monopolized his career on playing camp
Camp.
when it suits him.
Mhm.
So I don't have time for James Corden taking gay roles from gay people when there is gay people who could play that role. However, with Jack Whitehall,
Mhm.
it didn't really bother us because he isn't doing it to monopolize the market kind of thing.
Mhm.
For his performance, I think he did very well. I found him very
Yeah, he
charismatic
was.
all the way through it. He was funny when he
Mhm.
needed to be, and as a comedian,
Mhm.
that's what you hire him to be. He was
Mhm.
obviously the scene where the saying like is the reason why he's the first proper gay character in Disney. Yes, he didn't say I'm gay, but he
No, he
got
didn't say that.
but he got as close as he could within the confines of a Disney movie.
Right.
Disney's not going to go and screw themselves out of money. Like,
Right.
and them literally putting him in saying gay would shut off a huge market for them.
Sadly, yeah.
It's shit, but it's how the world works.
Mhm.
So
That is true.
so putting it in this way where he's still saying it without actually saying the words
Right.
and being
It's a scene
very
when he's talking to The
sincere with
Rock,
it.
right?
Yes. He doesn't actually say I'm gay. He says it's
Yeah.
something like I could never marry that woman because I can't remember the actual words he used, but it's
Something
like
like
something
that.
that's
He
not
said
along.
like his father was disappointed in him, right? I think I
Yeah,
remember him saying something like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
And keep in mind, this takes place in the 1910s. I'm guessing homophobia was a big thing back
well,
then,
there
probably.
wasn't gay people back then. Well, there was, but they weren't out and proud and living, were they? People can hardly do it now.
Yeah.
So I thought he was very sincere in that scene where if
Yes.
it was someone like James Corden would have played it for laughs. James Corden would have
Hmm.
been camp. James Corden would have had a slight misogynistic view on that scene. So
Hmm.
I'm happy with the way that was portrayed. I don't see an
Hmm.
issue with it, and I don't think people should take an issue with it. It was a sincere performance that was funny and did what it needed to do, which is get the visibility in there so that even if someone who's wanting the visibility or needs the visibility can see it and but not have it affect the people around them, that prevents them from getting that visibility, if that makes sense. That'll make sense
No,
to
yeah.
that makes sense like within the gay world, like obviously you've got people that parents and people around you can be difficult. You're not going to get
Right. Yeah.
you're not going to so always feel seen. So having things like that can be a good thing.
Right.
It doesn't have to come from a gay person for it to be meaningful.
Now, compared to like Josh Gad as LeFou in Beauty and the Beast, would
I
you
mean,
say?
what was Josh like? Oh, they danced. They didn't actually dance. They literally just were face to face, and then it cut to somebody else. So that didn't
Yeah.
count. They can say it was the first gay older one. It wasn't. Same with
Right.
there's the gay mm, Cyclops policewoman in
Yeah.
whatever it was called. No, she wasn't. I think this is the first time they've said it, and it actually is the first queer representation
Yeah.
within a Disney film,
Yeah. I think they took it as far as they could, and like I feel like you could almost take that scene out in other countries, and I
which
think
they
it would
will have.
still, yeah, obviously, because they took out a lesbian kiss in Star Wars by the Star Walkers for Christ's sake.
Yes. Was
Yeah,
it
we'll see
China?
what they do with Eternals. Yeah, Eternals is supposed to have a Marvel's first gay couple or gay LGBT character, I should say.
Yes.
We'll see how they portray it.
Well, that movie is already struggling because of obviously Chloe Zhao's um, comments against her own country.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that'll probably backfire, but mm, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Right.
I would say stand out for me, as always, Jesse Plemons as the prince.
He
Yet
was
again,
the German villain, right?
hilarious. Yes,
Mm,
so
right.
menacing, but so funny.
Yeah.
And I think Jesse Plemons is just perfect.
His
So
death got me off
uh,
guard.
he's
His death.
what? Oh
His death.
yes, yes. I was like, oh, get
Whoa.
oh.
That's a little too violent for a Disney movie.
I mean, not really. It's happened to
Yeah,
other,
they don't show blood.
yeah, it's fine. It's just a rock.
Yeah.
The rock with him next to the rock.
Yeah, what do you think of The Rock? Oh, you said like you didn't like him in this one.
Oh no, I like the rock in this. I did like the rock in this.
Yeah. He
I
still
thought I
has
would
his
go more in.
charm. Mm.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he still has his
Was there
charm.
any issues that you had with it?
Yeah, the CGI was a bit off in some scenes. Um, you could also say that the plot, like, it's a mismatch of like pirates and Indiana Jones. So it's not really original, but still entertaining for me to give it a. I get a good review. Like, is there? I can't think of anything else. Like,
Yeah. I think Paul Giamatti was wasted. I don't see the point.
oh yeah, I forgot he was in this one.
Yeah.
I just saw it last night. He was in the very first half, the first act.
Yeah. There was no point in Paul Giamatti being there whatsoever. I would also say I think the beginning, the way they put the beginning together, I would have flipped the opening scene with the second scene.
What do you mean?
Because obviously, so like the first scene, it starts obviously in London with Jack Whitehall and Emily Blunt, and then the second scene introduces Dwayne Johnson, and he does the actual Jungle Cruise. I would have switched them scenes around. I think it would have had a much. I think the only issue I had was the opening. I think if they'd have swapped them scenes around, the opening would have flowed a lot better. It felt a bit disjointed.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Because the very beginning of the film takes you into the plot like instantly, like right away.
Yeah,
and like you're already like maybe you're already dozed out. Maybe you already forgot about it. Maybe.
No, I think that. Yeah, that would be the only issue that I had. Yeah.
Sort of with The Rock and his fake tourist attraction.
Yeah, which was quite funny. Even though it was like full of shitty dad jokes, which is obviously after watching that what's it called, Behind the Attraction with the Jungle Cruise. I did go on the Jungle Cruise when I went to Disney World, but I can't remember what happened in it. Then so I was like, so then obviously watching that behind the attraction, what you call it, I was like, oh, this is quite amusing.
Hold on.
What do you want?
I'm making my usual cameo.
I should have locked the room.
You really should have. You also should change your name. How dare you?
Yeah.
Right.
I wanted people to think someone was better at being Yusuf than Yusuf. So how can we help? Are you wanting to give your opinion?
Popping in to say hi, yeah. I needed to give the people what they want, and I am what they want. So
I don't think that's what it is.
Oh, okay.
So what do you think?
The movie Jungle Cruise, I liked it. I saw it in the theater.
What? All right.
I'm back.
Professional.
I did like it. It was good in the theater. The CGI was a little bit off, but I think that's the same with all of the Disney movies recently. Jesse Plemons.
Not the Lion King.
Well, the Lion King was a little off. Jesse Plemons, Jack Whitehall, and what's his face? Paul Giamatti were golden, and yeah, I like it. I
thought it was wasted.
Yeah, we've literally just finished talking about Paul Giamatti, saying we don't understand why he was really in it.
No, but he was awesome. He didn't need to be in it, but he was mamma mia. A win for the Italians.
He just wanted some money.
This is the Italians, you guys. Come on.
Yeah. I am very shocked you enjoyed this. I thought because you're usually a miserable little bitch, so I just assumed you would, even if it was good, I just assumed you would try and rip it a new arsehole.
No, come on, I'm so nice.
Even
in the group chat, I told you it was fun.
Did you?
Yeah. Read my messages. Jeez.
I didn't see that. I'm sorry.
Anyway, well, goodbye, friends.
Okay, it's sad. Enjoy the rest of your vacation.
Thank you. Have fun.
Go have fun in them trees.
Yeah, I'm in the jungle.
No, you're not. You're in a cruising ground.
That's fine. Okay.
He's cruising.
Yeah. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Hello, Chico.
What did you say?
He just said hi.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Chico also agrees Jungle Cruise was a fun film. So now that we have gotten over our interruption of what I assume was Yusuf taking a break from all that dogging, spoilers. Do you think there is anything spoilery in this?
Yeah, there's a twist with the Rock's character.
Yeah, is that a spoiler though?
You don't remember?
I mean, I remember it, but I don't really
You
see
don't
it
really
as like
remember?
a
Basically,
spoiler.
he was one of the conquistadors in the 1500s, and he's lived
Yeah,
for 400 years searching for the tear of the moon or petal of the moon to lift the curse.
just wants to die. Like,
Yeah,
that's nice. But he lives for Emily Blunt. How lovely.
right.
I will say them two together.
With the Rock and Emily Blunt.
Yeah, they were really
Yeah,
good. I thought they
yeah,
were
they were
really
good.
good together.
Okay, with good
They had
chemistry.
a
Yeah,
lot of good chemistry.
their bickering was natural. Their
Yeah,
tender moments were natural.
you could see them. I wouldn't say
Love-hate
falling in
relation.
love, but you could see the admiration growing between them
Yeah.
throughout. It wasn't just like
Mhm.
it wasn't out of the blue that by the end of the film they liked each other. It was very
Mhm.
naturally planted throughout, which is quite rare in these types of films. It's usually like it doesn't really make sense why they're together by the end. Um,
Yeah.
so I was impressed with that. I was impressed. I've never really seen The Rock have that kind of role.
Did he have the
He's
same role
used
in Jumanji? Which is
did
another
did he
jungle type movie.
did he fall in
I
love with someone in Jumanji?
well is well in Jumanji he's not really the Rock. He's a high school kid. And yeah, he does have a crush on the Karen Gillian's character, or the one who plays her in real life.
Well, the more you know. I didn't even pick up that there was a romance in that part. So, as I said, you never really know why it's there.
I forgot to mention that the star of the movie was also the Jaguar.
Oh my god, yes.
Horrible. Yeah.
Oh, oh, and then when he was telling her that he's had like loads of them throughout time,
Yeah.
and I was just like, oh, that's really cute. I want a puppy. Well, a puppy, a kitten. I want a ridiculously oversized kitten. But then I was like, oh, then I'd look like Joe Exotic, so better not.
Mm.
Try. Do you think they could make a sequel?
Oh yeah, I think there's you could do a lot with these kind of movies. I mean, Pirates can get 4 sequels. Indiana Jones could get 4 sequels, and a fifth one's coming up. Oh yeah, you could definitely do it. I could definitely see a Jungle Cruise series. If Emily Blunt doesn't want to do Fantastic Four, I'd be happy with a Jungle Cruise series. And
Yeah,
not to
I
mention, she
would.
still has a Quiet Place.
Oh yes, she does. I thought she
Yeah,
was out. Is it just Krasinski that's out of The Quiet Place?
because yeah, he's out.
Okay.
I mean,
Um.
yeah, starring. I mean, he's still directing and writing this The Quiet Place series.
No, I thought the next one he'd handed off duties to somebody else.
Oh well, maybe he's producing it, writing it,
I think he's
perhaps.
still a producer,
Mhm.
but um, is there anything we have missed? We've discussed the CGI, we've discussed the actors, we've discussed the story.
One thing I did also like was the the production design. The look of the jungle looked very, very good to me.
Yes, so that's what I was saying. Like,
It's
yeah,
very
I found the
pirates.
CGI. Yeah, I found the CGI a bit wonky on obviously them. What did you say? Conquistadors.
Conquistadors.
There's something Spanish.
You got to be Spanish to
Um,
say it.
so yes, I did find the CGI on them wonky, but yeah, the whole of the film when it came to the jungle aspect, stunning. Like
Mhm.
stunning. There was loads of shots in that film that could be like pictures. You could just screen grab it, put it on a wall, and it would look beautiful. And it wouldn't look like it was from a movie. It would just look like a drawing from
Uh-huh.
of the Amazon. So I was like, oh, I was watching it like, oh, that's beautiful. I appreciated some of the animals. I love them little
Hmm.
like pink dolphins.
Yeah.
I can't remember
They,
what
they,
they
they
were called.
didn't look, even though they didn't look as convincing, but yeah,
Yeah, they didn't
that
look
was
as
nice.
convincing, but they were super cute. And when he was like, "They'll give you
Yeah.
nightmares," I was like, "I don't care, just let me squeeze them." Um, I appreciated how as well, how they figured out where to go,
Yeah.
and I liked how it was hidden when they got there. I thought it was very clever.
Yes. Again, like very, very Indiana Jones, very pirates.
Oh, like super Indiana Jones and pirates. But I mean, to be fair, like that was probably the only thing they could really do. With the
Yeah.
Jungle Cruise movie, they had to swerve it into that vein. Don't think there's really anything else for us to discuss. Should we
Yeah.
ask anyone watching? Do you have any thoughts, questions, opinions? Would you like to ask a question? It'll take them a while to catch up, so we'll just dwibble
Right.
on. Bailey, did you like it? He's wagging his tail, so I assume he did. It's either that or he needs a piss. um, I'm trying. I would definitely like more from this franchise. I think. I just don't. I don't know where they would go with it. Now that he can actually die, I don't know where they could go with
Yeah.
it. So I think that takes. I think that probably like takes his takes his character's edge away, because like obviously through all of
Yeah.
this one he didn't give a shit about whatever he did, and you could tell.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that takes away something from that, but
That you're right. Now that you said it.
we have not gotten any questions, and I know we've went past where we've asked. So I think we should go into final thoughts. Do you have any final thoughts?
Yeah, like I said, this is the best sequel to Pirates that they'll ever have. Uh, Very entertaining. If you're a fan of adventure, I think you will enjoy it. You maybe won't love it. Like it's not like Raiders of the Lost Ark great. Still good. You got some lovable cast. Look, yeah, the cast is great. The chemistry between Rock and Emily Blunt is great. The whole quest is great to me. Um, the set design is great. The production design is great. CGI, Um, yeah, and give it a 7.5 out of 10. I really enjoyed this movie.
Good. We now have a question. Gee, God, the questions was a while ago. What is your favorite funny moment between The Rock and Emily Blunt? Do you have one?
There was probably Well, there's a running theme where Frank, the character that Rock plays, is constantly like lying or hiding the truth, and like she finds out and always slaps him. I guess that's a that running joke. It was funny to me.
Yeah.
I laughed.
I wouldn't say it was a funny moment, but I did enjoy. Well, actually, yeah, it was a funny moment. I did enjoy when they were on the rapids. Um,
That
and
was intense.
yeah. But then when obviously the water like splashed up and made her look like she'd pissed herself. And he was like, "You sure you don't want us to turn back pants?" Yeah, that was quite funny. I like that scene as a whole, not just obviously with them two. I thought Jack Whitehall was very funny in the way he was going on in that scene as well. And I also really liked the chemistry of just Emily Blunt and The Rock when she found out obviously it was him that had drawn all these maps. And you could just tell like the way Emily Blunt played it, it was very, she was like, she was shocked, but she was happy that she'd found that.
Yeah.
But she still managed to take a dig at him because of because of him having a dig at her earlier about her drawings. So I thought, I thought the way they played that whole thing was really good as well. I will go into my final thought.
Well, before you say that, another one of my favorite scenes with them is the whole thing in Emily Blunt's character that she can't swim.
Yeah.
And so yeah. So I really like that part when they go into the water to set up that thing to help them get to the tree of the moon, whatever they call it, to trust him, as in the Rock tells her to trust him. So I thought that was a very touching scene.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So final thoughts from me. I would say excellent film, as I said earlier. Probably like 8.5 out of 10. Very funny. Well, not very funny. The dad jokes, the work. It make the humor work. Really good chemistry, really good acting. And literally only issue that I had was the wonky CGI on the conquistadors, and that was it. Well, the very, very beginning. And literally, it wasn't that I thought the scenes were bad. I just thought they should have been the other way around. So that's not really an issue. It's just I thought they would have been better the other way. And that is my final thoughts. I am done. So thank you for watching. We are out of here. But please do check back to our Spotify or Anchor, or keep an eye on our Twitters, because we are coming back on Wednesday with another episode of The Masked Council. If you have not seen them so far, you should go back and listen to them. They're all on Spotify. It is the council doing our version of The Masked Singer, and you can play along and guess and think who we are, because we haven't told you who's out yet. Ha 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 ha.
And next week,
next
week we'll get to review The Suicide Squad. Well, some of us already seen it.
I've already seen it.
Yeah, has it? No, I can't wait to see it. I hear great things about it.
Matt, yes, the action sequences are very good. Sorry, Matt,
yes.
popped in with a question, so I'll just quickly do it before we leave. So yes, don't forget. Go. Sorry.
Season 4 starts on August 17th, I believe.
Oh yes, it does. We are back in 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. So we will be back very soon. Oh, it's been a long day. And we will see you next week for the Suicide Squad. Goodbye.
All right.